We're live. We got a lot to talk about today. This past weekend was wild. Wild, I say. And a certain coach still is in Miami.
Welcome to the Archer Football Podcast. That's Sonia. I'm Kate. Lisa just got here, and we're in her prison orange.
Not prison orange.
Shout out Tennessee Orange. Shout out to Donkey's Cheesecakes with 3 locations in New Jersey, Medford, Mount Holly, and Camden. The proud, I say proud sponsor of the Archer Football Podcast, which is why we can come to you with no commercial interruptions. Sonia, back to you.
My bad, dog. My bad. Y'all, it's a mess. There's been some great things. Shout out in Indianapolis Colts. There's been some wild things. Shout out Tennessee Titans firing their coach before somebody's coach.
Listen, I will tell you, my daughter and son-in-law had a football party on Sunday because she was raised right, Browns fan. She married a Steelers fan. They're not planning to have children, so I didn't have to have that conversation with them about how they were going to be raised. And she passed out bingo cards to all of her friends, and they were playing for bottles. So whoever got bingo during the game, and it had, the Browns are the first ones to commit a penalty and just things like that. Let me tell you some things that were not on anybody's bingo card. That the Titans would be the first team to fire their head coach this year.
Panthers having a winning streak.
That the New England Patriots would be the top team in the AFC East.
That part.
My God.
That the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens would have the exact same record through 6 weeks. Or that the Kansas City Chiefs would play a game during which they were called for 0 penalties. 0.
Yes.
None of those things were on my bingo card, and apparently those would have all been winners because all of those things are insane. If I had told any of you those things were going to happen before the season started, you would have thought I was crazy. Especially, I think the most surprising thing is really the Tennessee Titans coach, because we talked about Cam Ward. We talked about that team. We had a whole show where we talked about coaches on the hot seat, and we thought he'd be given a little bit of time.
Literally.
Apparently, I don't know, Lisa, if you saw the owner statements were basically they expected to see some improvement in Cam Ward through 6 weeks. They didn't see any. They don't think this is the right combination. They're going to find him someone else. Bye-bye.
The thing about it is right now, I can't even argue with that. Because it's like if we're going to talk, in 3 years of the combination not working, then that's 3 years they've wasted. They see it, they recognize it, they're pulling the plug, not like some other teams that are going to go 4 or 5 years hanging on. Oh, we're going to turn it around. So it's like, how can I debate this? Because it's like,
I think you can in a way. Miami has held on too long to their crew. They got to go. But Titans haven't given their guys a minute yet. 6 games? Come on.
Yeah. I get it, but
let them have a few more.
Yeah. I thought I saw improvement with Cam. I thought they were getting better, it seemed, but unless anything can be going on in the background that we don't know about. There might have been somebody they really want that might be coming available, or something. We don't know the backstory of a lot of it.
Brian Callahan may have decided he was done. He may have said, it just feels like a very short leash. I would understand if they did it at the end of year 1, but isn't this his first year with the Titans?
Yeah.
So wouldn't he have had some conversations with them about what quarterback they were going to take and what they were going to do with them? And you're 6 weeks in. I don't know. It feels to me like there's something else going on.
That's what I'm thinking. There's got to be. Because, look at the Jets, for crying out loud. If anybody would have been, I could say, get fired, it would be Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, there you go.
And
So
even him, I give him
somebody
a
tweeted
chance.
it, and of course, now I can't find it. A list of head coaches that got fired after like Matt Eberflus got fired at the end of Caleb Williams' first season with the Bears. They're like, listen, he is not developing Caleb. Caleb's not getting any better. We need someone else. But he had a whole season. And I don't know if it was Jeremy Fowler or who it was, but there were like 4. The last 4, there's Darcy. The last 4 head quarterbacks that were taken number 1 overall had their head coaches fired at the end of the season. Maybe Tennessee is ahead of the curve. Maybe they said, you know what, this isn't working. Why should we wait till the end of the year and lose even more time? My question or my concern is going to be the same one that I have if we talk about the Browns firing Kevin Stefanski, is who are you going to get right now at this point in the season?
Right. You're not.
And I hope Lisa comes back, because I think there's a difference. I think with the Titans and with the Browns, you may not be happy with the job the head coach is doing, but I don't feel like he's detrimental to the team or the development of the team.
No.
I think Lisa is probably willing to argue that hipster homebrew is now detrimental to the Dolphins, and he needs to go. And even if you just have interim dude for the rest of the year while you search, there are issues and he needs to go. I don't know that that's the issue in Cleveland, and I don't know that that's the issue in Tennessee. Who are they going to bring in? And is this rookie quarterback, Lisa, is this rookie quarterback going to develop better with an interim head coach while they do a head coaching search? Or do you think they know who their head coach is going to be? Are you frozen?
Lisa's frozen.
Sonia, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's not going to be good for Cam. He's not getting any consistency. He's not learning. We're not patient. That's what we need.
You're unfrozen.
We need.
And isn't the quarterback coach the one that spends more time with him than the head coach?
Yes.
If the reason is development of your quarterback, wouldn't the quarterback coach be the one getting fired and not your head coach? Or at least both of them?
Agree.
I agree. But like you said, I think I'm probably sure you probably said it in between my freezes and my power surges. I think with Cleveland, you have new quarterbacks, so they're going to kind of, you can at least go with that angle and say, well, you got to kind of let him see what he can do with these quarterbacks. Where with us, but we're at the same boat. Who are you gonna bring in right now?
I mean, Tennessee doesn't.
Red has an idea.
Tennessee didn't give him no more.
Ooh, I'm done.
James Franklin is not going to Miami, and I don't even want to. I'm waiting for someone to tell me Bill Belichick that's why he's going to buy himself out of his contract at UNC. I was shocked and appalled for Bill to buy himself for UNC to fire Bill. They owe him $20 million. That's his guaranteed contract. James Franklin's getting $50 million from Penn State. $50 million.
That's how bad they wanted him gone.
That's exactly how bad they wanted him
gone.
Losing to Oregon was we'll talk about this tomorrow. Losing to Oregon was one thing. Losing to UCLA and then Northwestern, the way they lost those games, he needed to go. I don't disagree with that. But he brings up a point. Now he's available. Bill Belichick would have to pay UNC $1 million to get out of his contract and go somewhere.
I don't think he's going. I think that they kind of said, kind of reiterated that was never, ever even said. But I mean, but the thing is here it is. And I was telling other people this, and other people have talked about it too, obviously. We're going to hear Belichick's name for the next probably, couple years?
Yep.
With everything, any kind of issues or, Belichick. They did it with, remember Brady? They did it with Brett Favre. I mean, we're going to hear the name for a couple years until people either he stays retired or he just gets too old. Then we'll stop. But I think we're going to hear his name for the next couple years. And then the show tomorrow will be interesting, Kate, with college, because you got a ton of stuff to talk about.
We got plenty.
You got Norvell, you got Matt Rule out there that's looking for. I mean, so it's going to be, college football is almost looking like the pros right now. You got a lot of stuff going on. But I think with Miami's case and with, Cleveland, I just don't think it would benefit either team to fire their head coaches right now because there's just nobody else. I mean, our defensive coach, he's trash. I mean, our defense is worse than our offense.
Agreed.
So, but it's the Miami way. Like I said, we'll lose. We'll keep hipster. We're going to lose the rest of the season until December, the last 3 weeks in December. Then we'll probably win games and just screw ourselves right out of that top pick because that's what we do down here.
That's right. Y'all are getting a quarterback first, right?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my throat. Sorry. So they do have Mike McCoy in Tennessee. He's got some experience as a head coach.
Not a very good experience.
Well, which brings me to my next point. In Cleveland, I think with Cleveland and Miami, it's if you get rid of your head coach, who are you going to bring in now? And if you got nobody to bring in now, why not just wait till the end of the year? With Cleveland, if you think Jim Schwartz, who's your DC, would make a good head coach, then maybe you're fine firing Stefanski if we lose to Miami at home this week and bringing Jim Schwartz in. But Sonia, I know you can remember Jim as a head coach.
Yeah.
I like him as a DC.
He was a fantastic defensive coordinator, and maybe he has learned. Maybe he's gotten better, and maybe he's learned some lessons. He's been in several spots since then. He was at the Eagles, now he's at the Browns. He was with somebody else before, maybe the Titans as their DC a while ago. I can't remember, but he's been with people. So maybe he's starting to learn some more and figured stuff out. Or maybe he's just content as a DC and would just take like an interim position or something like that.
Which I think you should. I mean, I think when you take these coaches that go from their coordinators positions to the head coaching positions, they give it up or they decide to call. I am not a fan of a head coach that calls the plays, except for, Sean McVay. He does a good job being a head coach and an offensive coordinator. But there's so much other stuff going on that, it's the little things like the clock issues. Miami has constantly been in clock issues. By the time we break the huddle, Mike's calling the play and stuff. We got 5 seconds left on the clock. We're just, and it's the little things like that I think a lot of times these head coaches that / coordinators, are trying to get play calls and they're trying to deal with other stuff at the same time where, I don't know. I just kind of like a head coach, just be a head coach, Yeah, you can, if you want to override a call, fine. I think that's even better. It's at least you give yourself time instead of just trying to do everything.
So that's where the apologists come in. They keep saying it's not Stefanski's fault. We don't have any depth on the offensive line. We have all these quarterback issues. We go from having 6 quarterbacks to 2, that he was saddled with the Deshaun contract, and then now Gabriel and Shador and Joe and all this stuff that's going on. But I'm telling you, a head coach who knows what he's doing understands that with 2.5 minutes left in the lead, if they commit a penalty where you have the option to either take a timeout or run 10 seconds off the clock, you run that time off the clock. Clock is not your friend. That has nothing to do with your talent on the field, nothing to do with what the front office has given you to work with. That's just someone who doesn't understand how to be a head coach, whose best running back is on the sidelines from 1st, 2nd, 3rd and goal. Like, there's coaching things that make me crazy about him. I pulled up Jim Schwartz. He was the defensive coordinator with the Titans, and then he was the Detroit Lions head coach from 9 to 13. Then he spent a year with the Bills as DC, 4 years with the Eagles, a year with the Titans again, and then came to Cleveland in 2023. I love a defensive head coach because, back to circle all this around back to you, Lisa, he's not going to want to call plays. He's a defensive head coach. He's going to let the offensive coordinator call the plays so that he can worry about things like timeouts and penalties and
get
red
a
flags.
Coordinator and just keep your nose into the business. Obviously, that's kind of how I kind of play it. Even offense, I'm saying I just want to be a head coach. I think there's so much more you have to micromanage as you're going through there. As far as even team personnel, I mean, look at the conferences, the pressers after our pressers. You got players throwing players under the bus, stuff that just doesn't need to be told to the media.
Can we talk a little bit about that? Because I didn't understand some of what Tua
Or
was
at least
saying, it felt like he was saying things without saying things, like he wasn't naming names. But if he's supposed to be a leader on that team and he is also late to meetings, I was just very confused.
Well, the problem is it's like, even regardless of whatever he says, whatever he meant, what every single player and what every other ex-football player will tell you is you just don't. That's not something you tell the media. That's stuff that stays in-house. If you got issues with players being late, you got issues with players not showing up, you go to that player in the locker room without the media present. These are things that need to be dealt with without the media, because what happens now, exactly what happens. If you set it out of content, but this is like the third strike for him. I mean, he went after Cam Newton. He pretty much told the fans that we couldn't do his job. He pretty much said that he didn't care about anything else but just going home to his wife and kids after a game. I mean, dude, shut up. Shut the hell up. I mean, that's all you got to do. Just shut the hell up. I mean, it's so, and that's a disaster. It's a disaster down here. And it's embarrassing, because it's like, these are just things that the press doesn't need to know. This is stuff that's supposed to stay in the locker room. And it's, I don't understand it. I mean, is it just that much of a debacle down here where it's to me, and like everybody says, it's me. I mean, he has lost a lot of fans down here that were on the bandwagon saying, he's going to be all right. No, he's not. No, he's not. It's time for him to move on. We're at the stage.
It doesn't look right.
And like, I saw something was it this morning? I don't know. I saw something where they were talking about how, now they're starting to focus on the little things and people not coming to meetings and, like little disciplinary things. And when they were winning, when Hipster Homebrewer first got there, they're, it's okay. You can be a few minutes late. Not a big deal. No, you focus on the little things from the beginning. And I was like, that makes so much sense, because that's how teams go. And then you're more able to kind of keep things in line, keep people together. You have an example, you have that culture built into your team already.
Your coach is a culture setter. Dan Campbell is a culture setter, because after that game, he immediately addressed the branch issue. Immediately said that won't be tolerated. It'll get handled. And he squashed it. Now he's got games, and we're not talking about it anymore. We're not like, oh my God, to where if he had totally, tried to, say things and put it, but he didn't. He came out and squashed it right away, took care of it, said, I apologize to coach. That's not us. This is, he knows better. I love him. We'll have a discussion, but that's it. And now it's gone.
The same with Gannon in Arizona. The Cardinals came out the next day, fined him $100,000, said, this is not acceptable. Squashed it. We didn't talk about it all week.
Right. Not a week.
Right.
And the branch thing's already issued. We're already moving on to next week now. And it's not where we have a quarterback that just can't stop, just can't shut the hell up. And we don't have a strong enough coach to shut him the hell up.
Well, and I agree that you should have gotten the little things right from the beginning, but you didn't. And now it's the little things are not the problem. The problem is either they don't know what the big thing is. They don't know what the problem is. So they're nitpicking on all these little things.
Exactly, Kate. Exactly.
Or they're just so unhappy with each other that they're doing that thing like that siblings do, right? So your girls have probably done it. You're yelling because somebody needs to do the dishes, and then like, well, she left her bike outside.
Right.
She didn't get her homework done. And start
it's like throw the shade the other way. Yeah. Let's not focus that I had 3 interceptions, or let's not talk about that. Let's talk about I had 3 interceptions because guys are showing late for meetings and things aren't going right. That was that is a horrible look for a captain.
I don't know.
That
is either in Lethal Weapon or Beverly Hills Cop. I can't remember now which movie it was. Was a scene with Gilbert Gottfried, and he's trying to get out of having to pay for a ticket, and he's like, is there something I could put in this hand, like cash, to make you forget all these tickets over here in this hand? And he does this whole scene like that. And I'm like, that's right. Don't look at all the problems we're having with Miami. Let's talk about players being late to practice. Just, Wizard of Oz, right? Don't look at the man behind.
Don't look at me.
Look over there.
Who just threw 3 interceptions. And granted, okay, maybe some of them weren't your fault. But you know what? That's something that we can talk about later on, or you can talk about working on. Don't throw freaking people under the bus because
Right.
you don't want to talk about it and you don't feel that. Oh my God, it's just horrible.
It just feels like Mike McDaniel has no idea what to do.
Yeah.
Agreed.
When he says things like, if you want to win the games, you have to win the games. Like, he just looks so deer in the headlight on those sidelines.
Yeah.
I think he's given up. I think he wishes they would just fire him so that he can go regroup and figure out what he wants to be when he grows up and start, because he just doesn't look.
And it's not easy. And we all know that. And the thing is, it's just, and you, me, Sonia, Dana, we all know football. I mean, you sit there and say, oh, they're girls. We know football. I know it's not all Tua's fault.
Right.
We're not that stupid to say, oh, he's hard. He's horrible. I'm not that naive. There's demons in this team. And it's, it's the whole
Thank you,
team.
Darcy.
Yes. Thank you.
So it's the whole team.
No, I know. I agree. We could talk about what's going on with the Browns, with the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens are 1-5.
Yeah, but
and
I think
everyone's
the
like,
Ravens,
well, it's because Lamar's hurt.
injuries.
You know what? It's not just Lamar. You've got Cooper Rush. You've got Tyler now, who's probably going to start this week. There are other problems with the Ravens. When Lamar was healthy, he overcame some of the other problems because he was that kind of quarterback. There are a lot of teams we can talk about that are having issues. Lord love a duck. I don't know what to do for those New York Jets. They cannot win. They cannot get out of their own way.
They're so close.
I am mystified by what is going on with Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson, and just that, I don't know what that was I watched yesterday, but none of these teams that are playing poorly is it one guy.
I have never.
It's not Tua, but you almost need to make a list of all the things and then figure out, all right, what can we fix now? What like triage, right? Like you're at the emergency room.
How
I got a paper cut and my right leg's been cut off at the knee. Don't look at the paper cut. Can we fix the bleeding from the right leg over? You know what I mean? And they don't know where to start.
Minus 10 yards. I have never in my lifetime remember a team that has ever finished with minus 10 yards. I was looking up the route. I'm like, I don't ever remember it. And you look at with Fields. I mean, you can dissect it. I can dissect it. First of all, I mean, the line, he was under tremendous rush. Yes. But, dude, it's fourth down. Just throw the ball in the air. Yes. Why are you taking the sack? Why is that ball even in your hand? Just throw the thing a mile high in the air and pray.
It's going to be terrible. Right. He has been on enough bad teams with enough bad offensive lines to know how to get rid of the ball and not take a sack.
It's like Russell Wilson that time throwing the ball on fourth down out of bounds. I mean, dude, you just want to shake these guys sometimes. And so listen, I understand the head coaching crap. I would go nuts. I mean, like I said, the head coach is not for the faint of heart. This is a hard ass job. And last year we looked at the Buffalo Bills, we looked at the Philadelphia Eagles. They started going through those rough patches and they ended up kicking butt. So it's hard to say right now. I'm not worried about the Eagles or the Bills right now. I'm not. I'm going to say that I'm going to give it a little bit more time because we did this last year with the Bills. They started to have an issue, and then all of a sudden they got it together. The Eagles, the same thing. They I think they had 4 losses in a row, and we're like, oh my God, what's wrong with the Eagles? Yeah. They went to the Super Bowl and won it, for crying out loud. So
what I love is the perception of fans. You go on Twitter, anywhere on social media, Instagram, Blue Sky, whatever, and the sky is falling, and the Bills are they're out of it, and the Eagles are out of it. They're both 4-2. They have 2 of the best records in the league. You had a couple rough weeks. I don't remember there being this many teams at 1-5. In the AFC, you've got the Ravens, the Browns, the Titans. And then in the NFC, you've got the Saints are the only ones. Everyone else has got 2 wins or more. The Buccaneers at 5-1 are the best record in football.
Yeah.
They're
playing the best ball.
And the Colts. Sonia? The Colts and the Buccaneers.
Yeah. And who'd have thunk it? And now look, see, the Panthers. You think they could start challenging? I think they might. You never know. I think they're getting it together.
I don't know that they can beat the Buccaneers, but they can definitely, even with what the Falcons did to the Bills last night, I think the Panthers, it's taken them a while,
but
they're finally putting
They're
the blocks
starting to
together.
get it.
they're running.
And
This is what happens when you can run the ball. When you can
Yes.
dominate the trenches and you can run the ball, that opens up play action. That opens up a ton of games calls for you. And the calls are going to go your way. If you can run the ball, you're gonna most likely win this game. You're gonna win the game. They have found a
exactly.
way to run the ball.
Well,
And that's
and I
the problem. They
I
gave him
think
time.
there's that mental component too. The Panthers have been so bad for so long. I forgot how short Bryce Young was. They've been so bad for so long that mentally you got that battle going on. Now they're like, oh, we don't suck. We can win games. We can run the ball. We're doing better. Then they get that little bit of confidence that is going to help them. I'm excited to see what they can do for the rest of the season. Again, I'm not sure they're ready for what the Buccaneers are going to give them, but they are definitely ready to take second place in that division. And looking at some of these other ones, you could have two teams. I know we barely thought one team would make the playoffs from this division. You could end up with two. This is one of those divisions. The Buccaneers are looking really good, though. But it's one of those divisions where you're like, do they have to send somebody? Because ain't nobody got more than 8 wins. But this division is turned up in the NFC. In the AFC, I can't believe the Colts. I can't believe Anthony Richardson got hurt in pregame warmups and is on IR. I mean,
he's done.
He just needs to be done. He's tired.
He's done.
He's tired.
I don't know.
And I don't know. He and his significant other must have had a baby in the offseason, because now everything I see says Anthony Richardson Sr. So apparently there must now be a junior out there that I was not aware of. But I'm like, if you get put on the IR because you break your orbital bone in pregame warmups, you need to be done. This is karma's way of telling you, maybe football's not for you.
Yeah.
Probably. And I feel bad because he had so much promise. And I thought he was going to be great, but his attitude just went.
Yeah.
He's another one that just needs a new team, new coach.
Maybe.
Needs to regroup.
Maybe.
Needs to regroup. Just start fresh. Get off the Colts. Start fresh. Earn your way on a roster first.
He's one of those players. I'm worried about Quinshon Judkins, my running back in Cleveland, being that kind of player. There's a couple other ones. They come to the NFL and they have not lost a game since probably their 10th grade, because they played high school and then they went to college and they played for teams where they don't know what losing is like, and they want to go in the top of the draft. And when you go in the top of the draft, you go to teams that are going to lose a lot, and they don't know what to do. Quinshon does not know what to do with the losing the Browns are doing. He is very frustrated and befuddled. And when you talk to him, I've seen a couple of his interviews where he's just like, I don't know what to do. I'm used to going into every week expecting to win, and that's not how things are here. And I think for Richardson, it was kind of the same way. He could not make that adjustment from you're on a team that's winning everything and you're just going to go to there's going to be some struggles and there's going to be some building, and you need to be a leader and you need to be healthy and help with that part of the game. Darcy makes a great point. There could be a 10-win team in the NFC that misses the playoffs. And it could be a team that ties for first place in their division with 10, but they lose the tiebreaker and don't even make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a strange feeling I know who that might be. I hope not.
Sonia, what happened with the Lions and the Chiefs?
They got chiefed.
They got chiefed.
I mean, aside from the miracle of Kansas City where they didn't get called for a single penalty.
That's so shocking.
You see all the memes with the credit card?
Yeah.
Tapping the credit card.
And I like the ones where there was a catch. I don't remember if it was Kelsey, but he went down and there was an argument that he had the ball, but it hit the ground and they snapped it real quick so review wouldn't look at it. And one of the
that was not a catch.
One of the fake umpire accounts tweeted today that after further review, it was determined that once the receiver had been declared as a Kansas City Chief, it became a catch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, but it was frustrating.
Everywhere. But I don't know that I have ever seen an NFL game where there wasn't a hold. There wasn't a nothing. There was nothing.
Especially with a running quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. And I said it in the FSU Miami game too, the Hurricanes when they played FSU up here. With Tommy Castellanos running all the time, they didn't have one penalty, not one holding call. There's no way that quarterback runs that much and there's not one hold. You know, and that's what I felt like watching the Chiefs, because when Mahomes would get out of that pocket, I mean, you could see the guy's arms going up in the air like he's being held.
Absolutely.
No flags.
Right.
No flags.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just,
0 flags. But whatever. I mean, the Lions tried, but just could not, make it do what it do. And that's okay in some regards. But I liked what I saw, bottom line, like from the team. They did not play poorly, right? Like if Jared is throwing picks, whatever, they don't quit. They were playing to the best of their ability. So that made me feel a little bit better. But they've won 2 or 3 against Kansas the past couple years. So I guess they had to even the score. I don't know. But after that first drive and Jared scored the touchdown, but then they called that back for a penalty. It was like, okay.
But it was a penalty. Now they were right. He did not stop at all. He totally kept going. I mean, they were right. I can't argue with the call was great. If he would have just stepped and ran in place and then did it, it'd have been fine. Mm-hmm. But I think, like you said, I think timing is an issue on that play. So it was just, in your head just to go. A great design play, almost lost the ball, but still a great design. But it's wonderful. It was a great call. I mean, I think that'll work again as long as he stops before the snap and then goes, because he'd have been wide open. There was nobody there.
Right.
It was a great call.
So, I mean, looking at the season so far, the Lions have 2 losses. In both losses, they scored less than 20 points. Week 1 was 13. This week was 17. In all their other games, they put up 30, almost 40, 50 points. Mm-hmm. That offense was not good.
And it's every week.
Not good. The penalties were, and they only had 4 penalties.
Every week, though. It's every week it's nice as football fans because we don't have that one team that is just absolutely dominating. I mean, it's like any given Sunday with any of these teams. The Bills, who we jumped on, like, oh, they're going to be hard to beat. They're beatable. The Chiefs, they're beatable. Detroit's beatable. Every team in this NFL right now is beatable. And every single weekend, it's going to be fun because it's going to be all about the matchups and the play calls now. It's not, you don't have that one. I mean, you have a lot of teams that are struggling with injuries. The 49ers, my God, they were like a walking mash unit. But my God, they still keep
Kittle
coming.
back this week.
And they
fantasy owners keep an eye on the list. We might get George Kittle back.
Right. So, then we're going to have Spitter. So, but it's kind of fun because we just don't have that one team that is like, the thing is, it seems like we have a lot of sorry teams more than we have one dominating team. It's like, oh, well, God, we got to watch this game. So.
Let's check out some of the comments we got. Big Red, who is not drunk.
Agree.
Rico Dowdle is a beast. He has played very well. It's only 2 weeks. Don't go crazy. But you are an idiot for dropping him in fantasy. He's a bench.
We still love you, though, Big Red.
Drop him. We love you, but that's a player you put on your bench and leave him sit for a little while. You don't drop him. With Buffalo on a bye, guess who I'm starting in fantasy? Oh, could it be
Spencer Rattler? Who's the Saints playing? Who they got?
His numbers aren't bad.
But listen, the Saints are clearly playing for a quarterback. I'm sorry. I know that you love Spencer, but he's not a franchise quarterback. I'm sorry.
They got the Bears this week. The Bears are themselves. They beat the Commanders by 1 whole point.
Yeah.
So they're all in their own heads.
I give it to you.
Trigger warning, Darcy. Trigger warning.
He's scrappy, dude. I'll give you that. But they're waiting.
With Kelsey's mind on the wedding, the Chiefs are going to be down for the foreseeable future. I don't know. I think I make
Kelsey
those
doesn't
jokes
look right.
too about Kelsey getting a Swift jersey and the Taylor Swift effect and all that. The reality is Travis Kelsey is not as big a part of their offense as he used to be. And they have other weapons.
You know
so
what?
if his head's not in the game, they got other people to go to.
Let me say something. Let me ask a question. How is it that we see catches where it looks like the freaking ball just is Velcro to these guys' fingers with one hand, but yet we see these guys, the ball hits them in the hands and it's like a freaking hot potato? I mean, how the hell?
It hits them in the helmet.
I mean, oh my God. It's like
I like to hit my receivers in the helmet.
I mean, Kelsey was bobbling that ball every single time he had in his hands.
And usually, in my opinion, that has to do with the quarterback and how they're throwing it. We used to have a lot of problems with Baker Mayfield. Baker would whip that ball in, and it would hit the receiver's hands and almost bounce off.
But
and they had to teach him. They had to teach him to work on how to do that. I don't understand what Travis's problem is because Pat Mahomes throws that ball the same way every time, and none of his other receivers have an issue.
It's just amazing. And Waddle with the Dolphins, the same thing. It's like one play you'll hit it, that thing sticks like you got that sticky stuff on you. The next play, it's like blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like crazy.
Lisa out here exposing people for the sticky stuff on their hands.
Dude, come on, some of that shit. Come on.
Ladies, how do you feel about double Monday Night Football?
I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Double. It's terrible. It's ridiculous. I don't understand the point. Nobody's happy about it because you either got to have if you don't have the ESPN, you only get the one game. ABC's always going to get their game.
I don't like them starting. I don't like
why
the hour.
Why?
I don't like the hour because I really wanted to watch the Bills and the Falcons game last night. I had to go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go back and forth.
There were two games, and you at least got to halftime because the first game was moving at pretty good clip. Last night's game was dragging. I don't understand it. I'm sure they're contractually obligated to give the ESPN a certain number of primetime games. You know what? Then add another one on Sunday night or something, or I don't know what to tell you, but or don't do those kind of contracts. It's ridiculous because nobody got time for two Monday Night Football.
Oh, they said that the ratings for the Sunday morning game, they said between the Broncos, they said it was horrible. The lowest ratings like ever.
Really?
You know?
If you woke up Sunday morning in California at 7 a.m. and turned on that horror show that was the Broncos against the Jets, you'd have turned it off and gone right back to bed too.
Yeah. I'm sleeping in.
I don't know what they were thinking when they picked these teams. I don't know on what planet
I'll give
they thought either of those would be watchable. Last weekend's game won much better.
But then, look, so this week, Monday night,
none of the matchups have been good.
You have Buccaneers Lions at 7, and then you have Texans Seahawks at 10.
We have another one? We have another one?
Yes.
Do we really?
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. We know football. We just don't. The schedule. I just kind of haven't kept up with the schedule. Oh my God.
So Thursday night is Steelers Bengals, which could have meant something. Might still mean something for this division because it's a hot mess.
Flacco looked horrible.
3-3s, and Flacco looks so bad. I don't know what was
terrible.
And people were like, "Well, he wasn't prepared. He'd only been there for a couple days." You know what? I could quarterback the Bengals. Here's how you quarterback the Bengals.
Throw it to Jamar Chase. That's how you quarterback the Bengals.
Jamar Chase or to T. Higgins. That's all you got to do. Get the ball to one of those three and then get out the way.
Yeah.
Don't throw it away. Don't do nothing stupid. I don't know what's going on. So Thursday is a big AFC North showdown with the Steelers and the Bengals. I don't know what that's going to be. And then
if the Bengals could have just got a couple of wins, just get a couple, just try to stay in it until Joe comes back.
Well, again, with this division, they're still relevant.
Yeah,
at 2 and 4,
they are,
because the Ravens and Browns are both 1 and 5. Like they're gonna get Joe Burrow back and probably still be in second place in the division. It
just feels like there's so much work because, like I said, that was the Graybeard game. The Graybeard game. And like I said, they seem worse than what the record says to me. Is for some reason I know.
Agree.
So, But that's going to be the Lions game's going to be huge. That's a big
Sunday
game.
morning. Sunday
That's a
morning's
big game.
Rams Jaguars from London.
Isn't it?
Sunday night is Falcons Niners, which may be a better game than I thought it was going to be. And then
Yeah.
2 Monday night games, 7 p.m. Eastern, Buccaneers Lions, 10 p.m. Eastern, Texans Seahawks. At least you got 3 hours in between starts, Lisa.
I know, but the
that
problem
part
is you
is
got
true.
2 games and you got
I'm not
people that got
going
to
to be
get up
awake
at 5
to watch
o'clock
the
in the morning. I
Texans
might
and
as well
the
just stay up all
Seahawks.
night.
Somebody
Just
has to
stay up
text
all
me on Tuesday morning and let me know who won that one. Buccaneers
Literally.
Lions could be a preview.
That's going to
of
be a
the
game.
NFC
That's going to be a
Championship.
preview. Yeah.
That's
going to
a good
be
game.
yeah, that's going to be a really good game, especially the way the Bucks are playing.
Mhm.
And the way Dan Campbell coaches. It's no quit. Those are 2 premier teams right now that have quarterbacks that can just ignite their team. Baker, just the performance he had was an MVP performance. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk about quarterback play and people always, kind of dismiss it. But I'm sorry, there's just something about watching a quarterback run for a first down, and Josh Allen has it. Baker Mayfield has it. They just put their heads down, and the players respond to that shit.
do.
I mean, it's
None of
like
that sliding,
it's
giving
like a
themselves
live
up
wire. You
there.
can feel the energy and the momentum
Yeah.
just when those players just and then you just elevate everybody around you. I mean, that dude had never caught a pass in the NFL. That guy, and he does that.
Johnson.
you know?
Yeah.
Yep, and he does that, and that's just because of how the whole team was just energized by Baker.
And then he was doing those backflips. They were
Oh
asking
my God,
Baker.
it's just
Well, and Baker
just the
took a
whole
hit.
shift. Oh,
And I loved it. He took a hit to deliver that ball.
comes
then
up
he
smack
got up
talking.
and immediately looked and saw him make the catch, and then looked at the defender and he was like, "Yeah, come at me, bro. I still got my touchdown." I just love his chutzpah.
yeah, and
It's
and
great.
like I said, you can just see the players react to it. It's just
Of
crazy.
course.
They
feed off that.
that's what a lot of teams lack in some of the quarterbacks. You got quarterbacks that throw interceptions and just go. You got quarterbacks that throw interceptions like I've seen Goff do it. I've seen Baker do it. I've seen Aaron Rodgers do it, for Christ's sake. They throw an interception, they go and they throw the tablet down or throw their helmets down. My quarterback goes to the sidelines and he's smiling and laughing and joking like it's a freaking joke.
I mean, the referees and the rules are set up to treat the quarterbacks like prima donnas, like they're special. And the other players know it. They make more money, all of those things. When you have a quarterback who you can tell cares about the game, the outcome of the game, who's going after it and sacrificing his body if he has to, that matters to the rest of their teammates. They're willing to go to war in the trenches with him.
Right. And I think
Agree.
I think it works on the defense too. The defense sees this, they feed off it. And I think it can be the opposite. I think you can have a dominant defensive player that takes over a game and energizes the offense because he's out there and he just plowed the quarterback and the team's like just charged. So I just think it can go both ways. The defense can do it too. You can have that one defensive end that just is a wrecker, and the offense just responds to it and just matches that intensity, and that makes games fun because you can just feel the momentum shift.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, friends,
when the NFL score looks like an MLB score.
Amen. I'm with you. I saw the Jets and the Broncos. I was working. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'd be snoozing.
There were higher score. Okay, I saw one meme that showed every college football team, every pro football team, and then every baseball team this season who had scored more than 18 points. And then there's the Browns. Because we have not. 17 is our season high. There are 8 baseball teams who scored 18 runs or more in a game this year.
Wow.
Come on.
Really?
There
are.
I haven't followed baseball at all. I couldn't even tell you who's like in the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you who's not there.
Who?
The Cleveland or the Detroit.
Oh, okay. Was Detroit in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Are the Yankees still in it?
No.
Dodgers?
Yes. Brewers are playing right now.
Okay.
Yep. Mariners.
Blue Jays.
Oh, Mariners are still
Mariners.
Okay. All right.
So the Detroit took out Cleveland And then Seattle just took out Detroit. Where's Sonia? All our teams, our baseball teams are all.
Yes. Baseball
Our football teams, baseball teams are all in the playoffs. So Dana's Seattle team, although I don't think she's into baseball at all, but her Seattle team knocked out our teams.
Okay. All right.
And I'm personally rooting for the Mariners just because if baseball is America's pastime, then the Toronto Blue Jays don't have any business being in the league, let alone in the World Series. So,
oh my God!
Oh, you're about to make Darcy real mad.
I know you get right. So there's no Red Sox, no Yankees.
No, because
no Sox, no Yanks.
No, Dodgers, Brewers, Blue Jays, Mariners, and
it. Okay.
Frustrates a lot of people because a lot of people want to complain about how much money you have to spend and you need to have the biggest payroll and you need to do all that. And these small market teams can't get anywhere. And none of the teams that are left are in the top 10 as far as spending goes. So you can do better, but you can make better choices and spend less. I don't know. I know, Sue. I know most of the Blue Jays players are American. I'm just kidding. I'm just jealous because the Canadian national anthem is the best national anthem on the planet, and we're stuck with one I can't sing or I shouldn't sing because our national anthem is hideous.
See, I have to be. We were Braves fans growing up because we didn't have the Miami Marlins at that time.
All right,
when I was growing up, we had the Braves.
Is that it? The Blue Jays are 5th in payroll. Is that in American money or Canadian money? Have you converted that yet? I don't know. Sonia, you better end the show before I get in trouble with Darcy. I'm sorry, Darcy. I'm sorry.
Darcy, we love
Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays.
So he's a Blue Jays fan, I'm assuming.
I think so.
Okay.
Gosh, y'all are a mess. So we'll be here next week. Same bat time, same bat place. However, tomorrow night, we're talking some college ball.
Yes,
we got a lot.
That's going to be got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk
about. And
we got a lot to talk about.
I want to talk a lot about the Big 12 tomorrow. We haven't really touched on the Big 12 and what's going on with that conference yet this season. And there are some interesting things going on there.
Nobody cares about.
Yeah, there's some interesting things going on there, and Indiana is number 3. What?
Listen,
what?
I'm sorry. What?
No, listen, they're for real. I'm telling you, you go into Oregon and you. So I mean, if I'm serious, if I'm gonna just give you a platform for tomorrow. If I'm FSU, if I'm Penn State, I'm going after the Indiana guy.
The head coach.
Yep, I'm putting him on a platform. He's done an outstanding. I mean, to go into Oregon, I mean that team's linebacker core has to be at least one of the best behind Miami Hurricanes. That linebacking core is for real. So you like defenses? Watch the Hoosiers because they've got a good one.
All right, thank God we'll have to play them this year. All right, y'all. We'll continue this chat tomorrow night. Lisa, you're right here. To come join us if you want to.
Yeah, I'll be on. I'll be in the chat room chatting it up.
I love it when Lisa's in the chat. All right, you guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Be safe out there. Peace out.